100 people fear dead, others injured as rival bandit clash in Katsina. My dear, this is becoming, is really going out of hands. Now, Katsina State is where the federal government should deploy Nigerian military force. But guess what? No, they won't do that. They won't deploy them Katsina State. Where have they deployed them to? To the east, to destroy the young men and women who are only protecting the life and property of the people of the region. The governors and the senators, the leaders, political leaders that should have a voice in this region have not deemed it fit to rise up, to defend the voice of their children. Katsina State, can you imagine bandits being allowed to flaunt themselves? Over 100 people has died as two bandit group clashes. Let's carry on and get all the details. 100 people fear dead, other injured as rival bandits clash in Katsina. According to source, Sariki, a repentant bandit who accepted the government amnesty, has since been seen as an outcast by many other bandits in the forest. Over 100 people are feared dead in Katsina after a clash between two bandit groups at Ilaro village at the Safana local government area of the state. The clash between the Mani Saki group and the Dankarami, supported by the Abil Radun camp last Thursday, also left many injured. According to sources, Saki, a repentant bandit who accepted the government amnesty, has since been seen as an outcast by many of the bandits in the forest. You can see that the government know these bandits. Nigerian government, they know the people. Because if it's an Igbo boy that they catch now, they will tell him to go and bring the rest, shoot his leg and tell him to lead them to the others, or they will maltreat him and until they drain the blood out of him to in a bid to make him talk. But here they are releasing them and telling you that they are repentant. Can you see the imbalance in justice in Nigeria? Why one is getting a fair play, the other one has to be dealt with. Can you see what is happening? Guys, open your eyes. It was gathered that his acceptance of the amnesty forced Saki to relocate to Elefon village to start a new life, although some of his men refused to move with him. As source said, some bandit led by one Dani from Halaji Dan Karima group has carried out an attack in Lafon area, but the other gang repelled them, causing them to abandon their weapon, including an anti-aircraft gun. Can you imagine? Which were all taken away by the attackers as as bounty that they got when they ran off. Secondly, a young brother of Saki Mani had one time kidnapped the wife of one of the men from the Dankwan side. He had paid 500,000 ransom before he released her. Another source said Saki's younger brother, identified as Chokwa, and his wife were killed, while three others, Kambra, Tanyo, and Salima, were injured and presently receiving treatment in Katsina town. The factors outlined above were said to have contributed to the build-up of hostility and fueled enmity between both factions, Daily Trust has reported. It was also gathered that the Saki-led faction had prevented some bandits from entering the area to carry out attack. According to reports, Dankwa and Mancom launched a rappel to retrieve the anti-aircraft gun which they left behind, which they said worth 5 million naira. Nigeria, God is saving us. This country will not finish. It will not. I don't want to use my mouth to say wrong thing about Nigeria. They were said to have entered Ilafon area around 5 p.m. last Thursday in large numbers. According to some residents, there were more than 300 armed men. Can you see that the North is actually breeding this? And they said the South should not repel them and allow them to have an establishment. Listen, all the Southern governors, senators, and politicians that are keeping quiet in the face of evil, there is God, and He will judge everyone who has capacity to save this nation and is keeping quiet. Sources said on their arrival, they began shooting indiscriminately in the village unknown to them that the Saki-led gang was already aware of their mission. Another source, however, said it was clash of interest between those in support of peace deal with the government and those against it. The source said one of the Saki-led member, Mani, who is in favor of peace, had left the forest and settled in Lafon, but did not surrender the weapon to the government. So he's one of the targets of those who were not in favor of peace deal. So what brought the Dakwata faction to Ilafon were to get that man. When they came, they began from house to house search in a bid to get him. When they got to the house of Saki Power, who is the leader of the butcher, they found Tanga gone and suspected that it was amongst the vigilante who they consider as an enemy. He told them he was not a vigilante, but they shot and killed him. They also injured 4 other persons in the house. Naswa Samnil in the village, and they're now receiving treatment in the hospital. The source said the attackers spent about 8 hours. Nigeria will not deploy more than 400 soldiers here now. They won't to. They spent about 4 hours, about 8 hours operating in the village, setting vehicles and shop ablaze, carrying away many valuables, but without accomplishing their mission of getting Mania the target. It was said that they went back to the forest and engaged the Tangwa left gang, killed scores of them. Some said more than 100 persons were killed, including children. Dan Karam himself only narrowly escaped death because he was shot in the hand, the source has said. On whether they were security operative during the incident, said the security personnel did not intervene or did not even interfere. They knew that fight was between the bandits and the community. The police spokesman in Katsina, Gabriel, said investigations were ongoing. They are always investigating. God will deliver you guys for investigation. Guys, leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.